A Las Vegas rapper kept his kids in dog cages while he flashed cash on social media. A mother of 6 lost 2 of her children while driving under the influence. And an 18-year-old mother hired a hitman on her 3-year-old son. Quick trigger warning for the 3 cases today. If you're not comfortable listening to stories regarding child abuse and child endangerment, now might be the best time to click off this video. While you're here, please don't forget to hit that like button because it really helps me out and helps me get noticed by the algorithm. And if you enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see more videos like this in the future. Travis Doss, also known by his stage name Trap Montana, was recently arrested by Las Vegas Metro Police and is facing multiple charges of child abuse and sex trafficking. The 31-year-old wannabe rapper portrayed a flashy lifestyle online and would flash wads of cash in his music videos and Instagram photos. But the lifestyle portrayed in his music and social media was a huge contrast from his real life. Doss lived in a 1-bedroom extended stay apartment with his 6 children, aged 2 to 11, and his wife Amanda Stamper. According to the police, on June 11th, Stamper called the police from a drugstore in fear for her life and alleged the horrid living conditions in the 1-bedroom apartment.
Why is he going to come after you?
Because he told me he was going to kill me today. He already beat the kids up, and I'm terrified.
He's beating your child up?
The kids at the apartment. He's super violent. So
How many kids do you guys have?
I have 1 child with him, but he has 6 other kids on his own. But this is the situation. So he's already been doing this for like weeks, and so I finally left, right? But he's like very manipulative.
She reportedly stated that one of her children looked dead for the last 5 days. When police arrived at the residence, they discovered 6 children home alone with 2 of them locked in dog cages. When they removed the children, they also noticed that one of the kids in the dog cage seemed severely malnourished and beaten. The child had his eyes swollen shut with scars and open wounds all over his body.
We do want to warn you that this video is hard to watch. Police say they found 6 children, all under the age of 11, all showing signs of child abuse. 2 locked in that cage, and one of them with injuries so bad, police say his father thought the boy was dead. A Metro police officer's body camera rolls as she and her partner try to get into this extended stay unit. According to grand jury transcripts, Stamper told police Doss had sent her a photo of his 11-year-old son, saying he believed he had beaten the child so hard he was deceased inside this cage.
We want to make sure you guys aren't hurt.
We're not hurt. We're fine.
I can't leave until I physically see you, sweetie. Please answer the door.
After about 10 minutes, a maintenance worker convinces the child to let the officers in. The adults cross the threshold, finding the 6 children alone, 2 padlocked in a small cage. Officers struggle to open the lock.
You're nice, sweetie. Okay.
Cutting it and freeing the 2 young boys. One badly beaten and severely malnourished, with swollen eyes, open wounds, and scars.
Both Doss and Stamper were arrested, with Stamper also facing child abuse charges. Since their arrest, allegations have surfaced in regards to Doss allegedly pimping out his wife, with Stamper alleging that her husband was a monster who made her work in the sex industry. When interviewed, she stated, "It's always been pretty bad. Anytime I stand up for the children though, he would lash out at me." Honestly, the saddest part of all this is that you can feel the fear in those children when the police were knocking at the door. And when they finally opened, watching the police enter the apartment and seeing those kids just standing there, and then 2 kids locked in a dog cage while the dog was just running around, it's really, really sad and just absolutely disgusting. And then to hear that allegedly this man had beaten one of the children in the cage so badly that the child had swollen eyes, like the eyes were literally swollen shut, and that Doss even believed that the child was dead is just gut-wrenching. They were allegedly locking up the kids in dog cages while a pit bull was just roaming free throughout the house or the apartment. And then this guy's over here just trying to create a whole rap career at 31 while pimping out his wife and having her sell her body just to make ends meet. And he's flashing money while his kids are essentially like starving. You know, talking about made it from the ground up, and like he's beating and starving his kids. Just, you know, not everyone deserves to have children, and really I hope that they give this guy life in prison, and then hopefully these kids get to heal from this damage that they've had to endure at such a young age. On June 18th, 2023, Sandra Ortiz was driving herself and her 6 children to the park to celebrate Father's Day. On their way, while on the SR-78 in Vista, California, luggage was displaced from their vehicle and landed on the freeway. Sandra pulled over and 2 of her children attempted to retrieve the luggage, but were unfortunately hit by a 41-year-old woman behind the wheel of a Nissan Sentra. When police arrived on the scene, Sandra Ortiz was arrested and booked on charges of DUI, gross vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated, and child endangerment. When her blood alcohol level was tested, she was found to be driving with a BAC of 0.14, with a legal limit being 0.07. The Deputy District Attorney, Stephanie De Jesus, argued to keep her bail at $500,000, stating the following: the defendant was driving with a BAC of 0.14 while having her 6 children without a seatbelt unsecured in the car.
Based on the investigation, it appears that the defendant remained seated in the vehicle and does not appear that the defendant made any efforts to stop the children from exiting the vehicle or to get the children out of the freeway.
Ortiz is now charged with 6 counts of child endangerment with 2 special allegations connected to the deaths and 2 misdemeanor DUIs. Amy and Alan's 4 siblings witnessed their deaths.
The father of the 6 children has also come out to defend their mother, stating,
"Every day I wake up just looking at their faces in my head. The hardest moments to see as a father, to see just 2 bodies laying there. Pulled to the side. She had told my kids not to get off, but before that, she even told them, they were already off. My daughter had gotten off the car, and my son just followed right after. It's not her fault. She has nothing but love for our kids, and right now she's in a place where she's alone, which I wish I could be with her. She loved to bake. My boy, he was my firstborn son. He loved to dance. He loved to smile. Both of them did. I know they're looking down at the father right now, trying to give him the strength to move up from this horrible nightmare that I wish I could wake up, but I can't."
At the current moment, Ortiz was released on her own recognizance, with the judge allowing her to attend the funeral and wake for her 2 children who were hit and killed. But outside of talking on the phone, she is not allowed to have contact with any of her other children. This case is honestly unfortunate for all involved, and I don't even understand what was going through the mother's head to be driving with a car full of kids and you're 2 times over the legal limit. I honestly feel that she had to down a lot of alcohol to get to the point where she was at 0.14. But that being said, some people online have stated that she probably asked her kids to go get the luggage that fell off the car, but that hasn't been confirmed, and honestly I hope that was not the case. I do think without alcohol involved in the situation though, things may have honestly ended up differently. Now, she has 4 kids remaining, and they will be haunted with the memory of seeing their siblings get hit by a car, and their father will also be left to raise the remaining children alone if she gets convicted of her current charges. I also feel bad for the 41-year-old woman in the white Nissan who hit the children. I'm sure that she has to now live with this for the rest of her life, and it can't be easy for anyone. I hope the children can heal from this event, and hopefully the mother will learn from her mistakes and never ever drive under the influence again. This last case is out of Miami, Florida, where an 18-year-old mother is facing charges for soliciting murder and unlawful use of communications device. 18-year-old Jazmin Paez went on rentahitman.com and attempted to request a hitman to kill her 3-year-old son. She was ready to pay $3,000 in order to have her son killed, and went so far as researching names, best time for the hit to be done, and even sent recent pictures of her child so the hitman would know what her child looks like. She stated that the reason she wanted her son killed was to get something done once and for all, and that her son be taken away far, far, far away and possibly killed, but ASAP. After posting bail and being released from jail, her father spoke out in defense of his daughter.
18-year-old Jazmin Paez walked out of jail without saying a word, but her dad speaking out saying there's more to the story. My daughter is a little girl who was born with health problems. She has liquid retained in her neck. She had 12 surgeries. She lost the ability to move her face. She's been bullied in school. They called her the monster.
Of all the cases in this video, this has to be the weirdest. I can't even begin to imagine what someone has to be thinking to go on a website and order a hitman on a 3-year-old. I understand how the father feels, and I can definitely see how trauma and bullying at such a young age could push Jazmin to see the world in such a twisted way. but deciding to hire someone to kill your 3-year-old son is insane. We'll just have to wait and see how she decides to plead to her charges, and hopefully that baby will now be in good hands with his grandmother. A bit of a heavy one today, but it really goes to show you that not everyone is built to be a parent. It's really easy to have kids, but not everyone is built to actually take care of children and provide them with a loving, caring, and safe environment that they need to thrive. Cases like these are always heartbreaking, and I hope that the children involved get the support that they need. If you've made it all the way to the end, I really appreciate your support, and make sure to let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think all the adults involved in the case should get harsh sentences, or do you think that they can learn from these situations and become better parents? Let me know how you feel in the comments, and if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and subscribe to this channel to stay tuned for more videos like this in the future.